is your travel agent, David, and we are at the airport just coming off of our Norwegian Pearl Cruise. So we want to kind of highlight the food, the service, the cabin, internet, the bars, things like that. Let's talk about food. The food on this ship was horrible. Horrible bland.
Yes.
Horrible bland. So the buffet is literally 98% of it the exact same thing. Like breakfast is like the same thing every day. So 5 days was pretty much the same food, but they would take chicken and they would make it like Thai seasoned, and then it would be Moroccan seasoned the next day. But it was the same food. They just put a different spice on it. They didn't even have like carved ham or roast beef or the prime rib or nothing like every other cruise line has. So it was very, very bad food.
Disappointing.
Yeah. Now the specialty restaurants, we did the hibachi or teppanyaki. That was good, and then the steakhouse was really good too.
Yes.
But those were the only specialty restaurants we did, and other than that, the main dining food was very bland. Very low selection of food as well.
Staff was great.
Yes, the staff super nice, super nice. We were talking about the staff, and from the cabin attendant to the bar staff, like Samson in the casino bar, and then Alan in the champagne bar, both very good. The atrium bar staff was really good too. Guest services, rock stars.
Yes.
The Effie store and the duty free and stuff like that. Everybody was just very nice. We were trying to think. It's probably one of the nicest cruises, if not the nicest cruise we've had on any of our cruises.
Staff-wise.
No. So the bars, the drinks were pretty good too. The Hesian never complained about her mudslides or her espresso martinis. I always complain for the most part about my Long Islands, except for when Alan and Samson made it. Now, one thing that's cool is they already have a Long Island mix already set up. So they already have, like, instead of sitting there while they pour all five alcohols in it, they've already pre-mixed everything. So it makes it a lot faster, which blows my mind on how many of the bartenders around there really messed it up. The other thing I liked about it that I haven't seen on any other ship is on deck 13, right there on the pool, they have a bar, and they already have pre-made like mudslides in the frozen machines. They have the strawberry margaritas, or daiquiri, excuse me, strawberry daiquiri, and then they had pina coladas, like already pre-made. Like they just like tap it like a vending machine, and they just add whatever they need to. So that was pretty cool. Let's talk about the cabin. So we had two cabins. Our first cabin we got to, because after my last cruise on Royal, on the Quantum of the Seas, I noticed that there was a bunch of stains on my sheets. So after that, I always check my sheets as soon as we get into the cruise, into the cabin. This one had stains in several places and some body hair underneath the covers. So it makes me wonder if they even changed the sheets on the ship, or they were just trying to do a quick turnover and they just refolded the bed. So I had to have them address that. We eventually went to another room because the cabin we were in, it was right by where they were doing a lot of loud music and stuff like that, so much so that our floor was vibrating and the light was flickering to the base. So they did eventually get us into another cabin. That cabin, the AC was minimal at best. So fortunately, I brought a fan to help kind of circulate it. But I've never really been hot on a cruise ship before. Hesian's always been cold.
Yeah.
And she was hot. The
They
bathroom,
say something.
yeah, the bathrooms were pretty nice. They had legit shower that you could walk into with a sliding door. The sink was pretty nice. The only thing I didn't like is they kind of put the toilet in a weird angle. So like
You had no leg room.
You're literally no leg room. So like you're like 6 inches. Your nose is about 6 inches from the wall. So I didn't like that. The Wi-Fi, horrible. Hesian's going to school, so we were having issues with her getting onto the internet. So we went down to the internet cafe, talked to the guy that manages it. His name's George. the things that happen at the airport, like somebody's got an open mic and they keep heavy breathing on it, and then they just sneeze, and then they keep hitting button or whatever, it goes bing. So that's why it's so choppy. I'm trying to cut out all that. But George was super. He even bumped us up to the streaming platform and didn't charge us for it because they were trying to make it work. And then it still wouldn't work, so he had to call back to the States. He talked to somebody, and within an hour, we were in the middle of the ocean, and her internet was working for school. So that was really cool. The staff at Effie, really awesome. So my father passed away yesterday, which was the last sea day coming back. And we were kind of talking about that. And today is our daughter's birthday. And the staff at Effie, they gave us a little present for our daughter, which I thought was pretty cool. And they were like, it's from us to her, and I hope she has a good birthday. So that was really cool. So what else? Oh, we never been to an art auction before. And I always was like, who are these people that go buy art on a cruise ship? Well, now I can say it's us. It was actually really cool. It was a cool experience. The staff there is super friendly. We met Roxy from South Africa, and she was phenomenal. They had this little dragon statue out there where you had to guess the weight.
Don't tell them what it is.
I was like, oh, it's going to be between this weight and this weight. So I met it in the middle, and I was 0.7 away from guessing it right. So I won a free art from that. And then they did a drawing while we were there, and Hesian's ticket got pulled, so we got another free art there. So if you want some free art and some free champagne, check out the art auction. Fortunately, I guess, I don't know. We got a couple things for ourselves, and by ourselves I mean her, my daughter, or our daughter, and then a friend of ours. What else?
We got also like a little, what do you call it? It's little posters. Excuse me, signed by the artist with the certificate.
Oh, cool! I didn't even know that. The things she does when I'm not around. The entertainment was pretty good. They have a show there. There's got Michael Jackson impersonator, and Adele impersonator, and a Stevie Wonder impersonator, and they did a really good job. Yeah, so the basic trivia and stuff like that. Another thing I liked about it is they have a card and a library room in there. All right, so mental note, we're not going to do any more cruise reviews in the airport because it's taking a 10-minute video and turning it into an hour. But we just didn't have time this morning to do it on our final day. And with my dad passing yesterday, I just didn't have the mental headspace to do that. But what were we talking about?
Art.
The art, yeah. So she just buys stuff while I'm not around. Casino was horrible. The machines were super tight. We were playing roulette, and there was 3 of us at the table, and we were actually doing good. Then they swapped them out, the dealer out, and brought a new guy in. And I was kind of joking around. I'm like, are you like the closer where you're going to just like make us all go broke really fast because we were doing good? And he kind of just smiled. And I'm like, yeah. I don't know if he's like smiling because it's true or he just thinks that that's funny. Well, in 6 spins, everybody at the table was broke. So I think he was the closer. Like, I legit asked him, I was like, are you, like, on the 3rd or 4th spin, I was like, are you good enough to where you can figure out like where the zero is at since it's green, and you can figure out based off of that, you know, if you looked at it like a watch or whatever, how to put enough backspin or whatever on it, because it went red 7 times. Yeah. And so like the last one where we all lost our money is we all put it on black and it went red again. And so I mean, I just don't know what the statistical probability of 7 reds in a row are, but I know it's probably not very high. But then he kind of like looked at me when I said that and smiled again. So I don't know that I'd ever play roulette on Norwegian. And then the slot machines are so tight.
Yeah, I normally win.
Yeah, I usually lose everything I win, but I usually win. I barely won. I think my biggest jackpot was like $80. But I think that's really about it. We covered the internet, the cabin, the food, the staff. the
Shopping.
shopping, yes.
Even the art design, because we actually
Yeah,
went.
and the art, yes. If you're traveling with kids, there's not much to do. They have an arcade that the tap passes, your boarding pass, didn't even operate. There's only one like little candy thing that worked. The kids' adventure place, not very big, and they only have the two pools. They have no solarium on this ship. They don't have any kind of adult area on this ship. So if you want to hang out in the hot tub or you want to go to the pool, you're probably sharing it with a bunch of kids because there's nowhere else to go, and there's
And it's
nothing on that
so
ship for them to
deep.
do. Yes, and it starts off at 4'11", and it goes all the way to 5'11", right? I think it's 5'11", 5'9", 5'11".
Yeah.
So basically, if you're not 6'6", you're gonna have to stand on your tippy toes. So I
Well,
don't
if
know
you're
who
sure
knows
like
that.
me, hold on to it for your dear life so you won't drown. Because I can't swim.
Yeah, so, but you're just gonna have to hold on to the sides, which kind of makes it not enjoyable. So their aquatic setup, horrible. The first day we were on the ship, one of the pools didn't even work. They had it drained, and then because it was drained and they were working on it, they wouldn't let you go into the other pool. And then all the hot tubs were shut down as well. So then on day two, both pools were full, and they were working on two hot tubs because their blower wasn't working. So only two hot tubs were working. And then day three, finally they all started working. But two of them on the starboard side, they were kind of like cool pools, just barely above, cool. It was warm, like lukewarm. And then the other two were like burning hot on the port side. It's just oh, I don't know if you could hear that, but it went wah, 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 on the speaker system. So perfect timing. But if you're gonna go on the Pearl, just know that if you have high expectations, you're gonna be drastically let down. If you like to go for the food and the wine and the alcohol and the shows and the pool and internet, you're gonna be disappointed. It is a disappointing ship. The only good part about the ship is the staff. So if you have any questions about the Pearl, let me know. If you want to book on the Pearl, let me know because I get group rates. And if you want to go on any other cruise, I can get you some group rates too. And I can give you a lot of pointers on which ones I would go on. So until next time, I'll see you next trip.